She wore blue velvet, bluer than velvet was the night, softer than satin was the light from the stars. She wore blue velvet, bluer than velvet were her eyes, warmer than May her tender sighs. Love was ours, love I held tightly, feeling the rapture grow, like the flames burning brightly. But when she left, gone was the glow of blue velvet. But in my heart there'll always be precious and warm
When you tell someone that a medicine for dogs cured your cancer, you better be ready for some skeptics. But Joe Tippin says it did save his life and others. And now even cancer researchers are open to the possibility it might be true.
My neck, my liver, my pancreas, my bladder, in my bones, it was everywhere.
2 years ago, Joe Tippin says he was told to go home, call hospice, and say his goodbyes. The doctors were unanimous. He was going to die of small cell lung cancer.
Once that kind of cancer goes that far afield, the odds of survival are less than 1%, and the median life expectancy is 3 months.
Tippin says he went from 220 pounds to 110, but that was January of 2017. Today, Tippins is very much alive, and what he credits for his survival has doctors scratching their heads and the rest of us raising eyebrows.
About half the people think I'm just crazy, and half the people want to know more and dig deeper.
Tippin says he got a tip, not from a pharmacist, but a veterinarian. And in his desperation, he turned from people medicine to dog medicine, specifically fembendazole, or what you give a dog when it has worms.
Truth is stranger than fiction, you know.
Just 3 months later, Tippin says his cancer was gone.
I'm usually skeptical, and I was, and maybe still am, about this one. But there's an interesting background to this.
They can grow up to meters and meters long and live in your intestine. There's also flatworms, like schistosomes, and they're a deadly parasite. Now, it's estimated around 2 billion people around the world are infected with parasitic worms, and that's around a third of the Earth's population. And currently, there are no vaccines to protect a human against any parasitic worm species, and it continues to remain the holy grail for researchers who work in my field.
I hope you will find this comfortable.
Thanks. It looks very inviting. Ouch. Oh, it's nothing serious, just a small cut from that paper clip. It's just a scratch.
This is, you ask, who are they? It's people who are psychically, genetically available to interface in this incredibly diverse universe with all these dimensions above and below and all around us with consciousnesses. And the truth is, no energy is ever destroyed. It all continues on. The truth is, our bodies, this is a fact, are a communal hive organism because lower entities will come in and violate your free will. God and his angels, which are below him, will not get involved in your everyday life. They will not manipulate your free will unless you ask them in. But then the devil masquerades as an angel of light. So we're on this planet, the third dimension, which is a launch pad to all the other dimensions below and above.
Garmonbozia.
What is the purpose of harmonics within a power system?
They're parasitic.
Oh.
You don't want them.
You don't want them. You want to get rid of them.
Yeah, you want to suppress them or give them an opportunity to build up any intensity. That's the problem with the 3-wire or 4-wire 3-phase is now you have 2 frequency modes, 60 cycles and 180.
Okay.
So now you have 2 frequencies in the power system. One is parasitic. So you have 2 power flows in the power system. One contributes to the flow of energy. The other one just gets in the way and distorts the waveform.
Okay.
So, but that's not, you know, the electrical engineers don't figure that way.
Yeah.
They just tend to ignore it.
What does it do to the power systems? It
causes it to heat up, make interference with other power systems.
Make things blow up. Or not.
Well, it can.
Yeah, sure.
Substation blowing up in Fallon because of Walmart.
There you go.
Yeah, they tried to hook up a China Mart, and the harmonics burned out the substation transformers.
Wow. Wow.
Crystal glass has a natural resonance. This is the frequency at which it most efficiently turns sound waves into physical movement. Play a glass its own resonant frequency, but loud, and it may move so much that it explodes.
Having nuclear, my uncle was a great professor and scientist and engineer, Dr. John Trump at MIT. Good genes, very good genes, okay?
From New York, I boarded a plane to Boston to find Dr. John Trump of the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Dr. Trump was now retired from the company he founded, High Voltage Engineering, but he agreed to meet me at the company office the next morning.
In the spring of 1943, Dr. Carl T. Compton, who was then president of MIT, asked me to go to New York and examine the effects of Nikola Tesla. These were contained in an upper floor of a warehouse somewhere in New York City. And I spent a good deal of time examining one by one the papers, the books, and various other memorials that he had accumulated. But I was particularly looking for something which would be evidence of a secret weapon, which I was reminded by the agents, the two agents who were present during the entire time, was a matter of concern to the United States.
One of the early installations, medical installations, made at the Huntington Hospital in Boston.
Yes.
You want to...
This, in 1935, we got the opportunity to build a 1,000,000-volt X-ray therapy source for the Huntington Memorial Hospital in Boston. And this man is Dr. Richard Dresser, who was the radiation therapist of the Harvard Medical School at the Huntington Memorial Hospital. The tube was a vacuum, a mercury vapor pumped, continuously pumped system.
Well, now, what did that look like at the patient end of the tube? I think you have a picture of that.
Yes, I do have a picture of that. The grounded end of this 1,000,000-volt tube extended into the treatment room below.
Oh, okay.
And this shows the lead-surrounded grounded tube, which terminated in those days in a water-cooled lead target. As you well know, it should be a high atomic number, and lead was both cheap and had a very high atomic number,
right,
which assists in the conversion into X-rays. This concrete shielded room, which was underground, was nicely decorated with pictures from the Fogg Museum on loan from Harvard. And Dr. Dresser used these 1,000,000-volt radiations for about 5 years until the Carlos P. Huntington Hospital was closed by Harvard University, and got very interesting results. He observed the remarkable skin favoring characteristic of these more penetrating X-rays, and found also that he got a much better depth dose in treating deep tumors.
Well,
I wanna jump, but I'm afraid I'll fall. I wanna holler, but the giant's too small. Young man rhythm got a hold of me too. I got a rockin' pneumonia and a boogie woogie blue. Want some loving, baby, that ain't all. I wanna kiss her, but the gal's too tall. Young man rhythm got a hold of me too. I got a rockin' pneumonia and a boogie woogie blue. Wanna scream, I want you all.
The best is yet to come. Thank you and farewell. God bless you. God bless the United States of America.